Yeah, sure. My name is Zubair Pathan. I'm from Churu, Rajasthan, which is in the northern part of India. Currently, I'm working on my communication skills and my language proficiency because I really love this language and I want to get really good at it, or I would say I want to master it. For my some personal reason, it is my, like, I would say, bucket list. This is on the top of my bucket list. So that's about me. I recently completed my bachelor's and my major is English literature. And yeah, for now I'm working on my language skills. That's
So
about it.
how you started your journey? Like how much time you have given on your spoken part?
Well, that's a good question. It is not I don't know how to put it, so let me try. Yeah. So I started learning English years ago, but I would say sincerely, I've been working on my language skills. It's been 1.5 years that I have been working on my English sincerely. I started a very long time ago, but I did not do it appropriately. I did not spend an adequate time, or I did not dedicate enough amount of time so that I could improve my English. But yeah, as I said, like I started, it has been 1.5 year that I am completely focused and dedicated to improve my language because yeah, I got to know that it is something that I really want to do in my foreseeable future. And this is something that really intrigues me. And this is something that really makes me happy. Whenever I speak English, I feel good. I don't know. You might find it funny or you might find it ridiculous, but yeah, it is. Whenever I speak English, like after having conversation with you, I'll be a little happier for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, I
So
can see.
this is how my relation with the English language has been. So yeah, I would say sometimes it's yeah, I wouldn't call it always positive. It's like love-hate relation. So yeah, this is about me. And as far as my hobbies and interests are concerned, I like reading books and watching movies. And the one thing I really like about English is that I am like I am incredibly love in learning new words every day. So every day, whenever I encounter any new word, I am really passionate and curious to learn about that word, and I'm always ready to use that in my conversation. So this is my forte, I would say. I know thousands of words, and I try to use them in conversation. Sometimes they doesn't make any sense at all, or sometimes I use them inappropriately. I admit that. Having said that, I'm like, having said that, I am learning, I am improving. So that's a good news.
So, yeah, sometimes it will take efforts. We learn some words, maybe when we put in our conversation, we find it inappropriate. But still, we are trying. It will take some time, and it will improve gradually. That's what I think. But at least we are learning words, and we have to use it. That's how we are going to learn it, like for a longer time. So according to me, are really doing excellent job. So actually, I have gone through your videos. You haven't taken lot of Clackingo classes, and so like I'm really curious how you started. Like you have done all thing by yourself. I don't think so. You have used so many application. So like how you started with the help of movies, and I can see that you are also working on your tongue twisters. You are working on grammar with and also on tongue twisters. So this is a very good thing because I don't know how to focus on tongue twisters nowadays because I also worked in a call center and that time they were asking for tongue twisters. Like they need that kind of guy who know how to use tongue twisters. And again, like you are from Rajasthan, I am from Haryana, so they are like a native language problem. Like we use our native language at home, so it's not easy for us to use tongue twisters, according to me. Because you are doing good job, I have seen your some videos, and you are able to use some tongue twisters. And I'm lagging behind in that particular section. So I want to know about your story, how you focused about tongue twisters and how you specifically started. Like you are working on your grammar also, grammar, And I don't think so you are getting environment in Rajasthan. I don't know like where you are living properly, but this is a common problem with most of the people. They are not getting environment. So how you create environment, and with the help of movies, what you are doing, like you are watching, you are imitating. So yeah.
So thank you so much for your appreciation, first of all. Yeah, like I haven't taken a lot of session on Clappingo. Recently, I joined Clappingo. I would say I don't know why I joined, but I joined out of out of blue. So it was a sudden or spontaneous decision that I made.
But I
So
like this
yeah,
video. But that video is really interesting. I just watched that video, and you were so curious. Like you were not wasting your time. You were just directly asking questions how to improve. So that is the most like interesting thing I like about those videos, because I follow those videos where people ask important questions, not rather than general
mhm,
conversation. This should be like
yeah,
up to the task, like what we want, how we want to improve. So
directly come to the point.
yeah, let's come to the point. So the audience will also get help. Okay. Yeah, please continue.
Yeah, so as far as the pronunciation is concerned, so I have practiced a lot on my on my accent or my pronunciation. However, I wouldn't say that I'm perfect. I'm still improving. I have been learning or I have been working still on my pronunciation. So I would say that I used to watch a lot of web series from particularly at that time when I started learning English. I thought and the British accent intrigued me the most. So I was the fan of British accent at that time. So yeah, it was about I think 2020, and in lockdown I watched a lot of web series in British accent.
On which platform you watched these movies?
Yeah, I watched on Netflix. So it is about 2020. I watched a lot of web series which are in British accent. So yeah, I watched Peaky Blinders and all those web series. And particularly I was focused on improving my British accent. At that time, I don't know what I had in my mind, but I wanted to have a British accent because that is something I really find interesting and beautiful. So that was the thing in my mind. Moving along, sometimes I struggle with pronouncing some words. I completely or I like gladly accept that I still make mistakes, or sometimes I struggle pronouncing some certain sounds. But yeah, I consider myself as a person who is really interested in improving and learning pronunciation, and who is like always dedicated or always ready to allocate enough amount of time to practice pronunciation. So yeah, I have like as you said, the tongue twister. So the main thing about tongue twister is that they help us to improve or to pronounce a certain sound appropriately. For instance, when I say she saw seashore, like there is a tongue twister for
Yeah.
let me, yeah. She sells seashells by the seashore. That means here we are practicing two sounds. The one is sa and the second one is sh. If you're pronouncing them correctly, that is the real purpose of tongue twister. If you're not pronouncing them correctly, so there is no point of practicing. There is no point in practicing tongue twister. So the very first thing you need to go through and learn some certain sounds. Don't randomly go and learn all those sounds. Just particularly you might have received some feedback on your clapping that you make or you struggle pronouncing some certain words or some certain sounds. Just only practice those. For me, it was sa and sh. I interchangeably use them sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Like, I think everybody has different problem. We need to give some practice on mouth muscles, and some person not able to sound particular type of sound. Some can easily express. I think everybody had different problem when it comes to tongue twisters. Some person can easily pronounce certain kind of sound, but others can't. So, what do you think about it?
uh yeah, that's like I would say that's a good point. It is a good point. I would say a good observation. And I think it is not about a person. it is not more about a person, it is more about a reason. For example, we live in North India. Okay,
Yeah.
so for us there is a very common problem, that is sa and sh. Just start from today, observe people who speak English in North India and just try to focus on that sound. You will find a lot of good speaker. They interchangeably use this sound. So it is about the reason, not about the individual. So that is the one thing. And if you know, if you know your problem, so just go and work on that. And tongue twister also help in fluency,
Yeah.
because yeah, I have read, or I think I have observed, I'm not sure about that, but the one thing that I understood, that pronunciation and fluency, they go hand in hand. You cannot if your pronunciation is good enough, so you will improve your fluency, you will be fluent automatically. They go hand in hand. So if you are working on your pronunciation, so automatically your fluency will improve. So this
Definitely.
is how I think it works. Or yeah, as far
So
as I know.
what are you doing nowadays? Like you just taken one clapping session. So will you going to use in continuously, or you are using some other source so that you can, like you are watching movies? I don't think so it is enough because you need partner. I saw some of your videos on YouTube. You talked 1 or 2%, but still I don't think so. Without partner, it's not impossible, but it's little difficult because I also started just 4 months ago my English journey. And
Wow.
what I see about myself before like 4 months, I was not able to speak even a single sentence. And after that, nowadays, I think at least frame some sentence. And still, I have to give a lot of practice to my mouth muscles because it's really very hard for me nowadays, like to given to make good sentence and to have good pronunciation. But still, like I started and right now I'm working, at least I can make some conversation. So with time I think
Wow.
gradually it improve.
So are you serious? You started learning English 4 years, 4 months ago? Really?
Yeah, yeah, just started 4 months
It's
ago
for
before. Yeah, please.
it's been only 4 months. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm definitely serious. And
Wow, I would say that's a great improvement I can see in yourself. You are speaking really good. You are
yeah,
speaking really well and fluent as well. So that's great. And as you said that yeah, clapping sessions are not good enough. It is virtually impossible to speak English without having a partner. And yeah, you will have to have a conversation partner with whom you can practice English. So definitely I had some people who were able to communicate with me. So because of them, I am really grateful to all of the people who were with me at that time when I was learning English. So I feel really grateful towards all those people. And yeah, as you said that we must have a partner with whom we could practice. So that is the one thing, and it is as I and yeah, I and Addo, I've already discussed and I've already mentioned that thing that it is really hard to find a sincere partner. If you have somebody who could speak or who could spare some time with you, so you are fortunate enough. So that is the thing. And yeah, clapping sessions are not good enough, I would say. Definitely, they are not good enough because that is good enough only when you have extra practice after the session.
yeah,
And
definitely.
they are good to give you feedback, but you will have to work on your feedback as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Feedbacks
definitely.
are nothing.
The best
Feedbacks
thing,
are nothing actually.
actually, according to me, the best thing about clapping, it is not about clapping. It is about like you have paid some money and now you are taking sessions. And before that, if you are really serious, so before session you can practice approx 1 hour about your topics, etc. Right now I'm not doing this, but I used to do that. And with the help of that practice, you will learn some sentence, how to make sentence, how to frame it, and new vocabs. And after your session, you can check it out, and again you will work. It is only depending on you. But according to me, it will give you a little bit pressure Like you will see, like you have to give session, you are going to upload that video on YouTube, so you have to do good. So I think because of that pressure, we can evolve earlier. We can learn easily. So that's the thing I observe about Clappingo. And apart of that, nobody can make you fluent. You have to do all things by yourself. You should read paper. You can talk with different people. You can watch movies and so many things. It is
Exactly,
totally
man.
depend on you how much time you are giving. If you give a lot of time, you will become fluent earlier. So yeah, it's not like curiosity, how your desire, how badly you want it. So in my case, like I just got these application like Clappingo or Josh application like 4 months ago, and I'm really very lucky to found these application, because before that I was working so hard, like how I can improve, and I was not getting in even environment. I told so many people that I want to communicate in English, but like that kind of situation, like you also gone through same thing. So but nowadays I can see it is much easier after um, running a YouTube channel. Then it will become easier for me. Now I can get a lot of people, like I'm talking with you. Before that, like I talked to 2 or 3 people. So now I can find like lot of partner also.
Exactly, you have spoken a good point here, and I think you have spoken, like, like, yeah, you have taken words out of my mouth, I would say, and that is, you are fortunate enough to know about this application now. Like when you started, you were able to, or you were aware of those applications, so you are fortunate enough. Because when I started, I did not know anything about these sort of application. So because of that, I somehow like took a little more or little longer than I should have. So that's everybody has their own story and own struggle. So that's not a big deal. I won't complain or I won't
Yeah,
say anything. So yeah, as you uh, as you have said here that your YouTube is helping you to find partners. So that is a good thing. I did not start having conversation with the people, so that might be a like as I said, or as I stated earlier, that it is about everybody has their own struggle and own obstacles they need to surmount in order for them to be fluent or in
yeah,
order for them to win in their life.
definitely.
So yeah, that is the thing.